Very good morning, children. Today we are going to discuss about the new topic, that is chemical bonding. Chemical bonding. So before we enter into this subject, already I asked you to go through the basics of chemistry. What are those? Learning Euclid atom notation, XEAZ. Why I am stressing on this means, if you want to decide when an element mixes with other element, when an element combines with other elements, so it depends upon its deficiency of electrons or how many electrons it needs. Then how we can get the number of electrons means from the atomic number. So the number of electrons will decide the combining capacity now. Okay. Now further we should know the number of electrons. If you want to know the number of electrons means you should learn atomic number. So for example, suppose if you take sodium, you should know the symbol of sodium, you should know its atomic number, nuclide atom notation Na2311. Now what I can say, what the sodium can have, the things means, first you should know something basic regarding inert gases, and for this I ask you to go through the periodic table. So here we will be writing helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon and oxygen, and their atomic numbers. 2 plus 10, 8, 18, 36, 54, 6, 86 and 118. So these are the atomic numbers. So this you should learn. And now how to write the electronic configuration also I said you. What is that? Sodium. Number of electrons are how many in sodium? 11. So now you have to write the electronic configuration. For the electronic configuration I asked you to draw Mueller diagram 1s, 2s like this. According to that we will write the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1, 6 to 8 to 10 plus 1 11. And there is another configuration 2, 8, 1, and there is another way neon 3s1. Is it or not? Now what I can say, if you know all these, then the topic chemical bonding you can understand. What is this means? Now you see, we all know that inert gases except helium, all inert gases will have 8 electrons in their valency shell. 8 electrons in their valency shell. So, getting 8 electrons in the valency shell is called as octet configuration. And Lewis confirmed that the elements which have 8 electrons in their valency shell are stable in nature. So that is the reason why in the starting of the chemistry classes, in some fundamentals of chemistry, we had a discussion about atoms. Or atom is the small letter, whereas molecule is a big letter. So atoms combine to form molecules. Why atoms combine to form molecules? In order to attain stability. Okay. Suppose when you are alone in the classroom, what you will do? You will roam the class. You will wander in the total classroom. Suppose if you are some 10-20 students are there, then what will happen? You will sit at one place. Is it or not? In the same way, atoms are having more energy, so they are unstable. Molecules are stable. Okay. So this is the concept. To attain stability, any atom will try to form bond. So the attractive force between two constituents, that is atoms or ions, hold together, that force we call it as a chemical bond. And during this, what is happening? Only electrons are being transferred, so that we call it as the redistribution of electrons is also considered as chemical bond. Redistribution. See here, the redistribution of electrons is nothing but chemical bonding. Redistribution of electrons will result in chemical bond. Suppose now you take how a bond is going to form. Means what? Any atom tries to attain 8 electrons in its outermost shell. That is considered as a stable electronic configuration, octet configuration. Suppose sodium is there, now 11. So it forms 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. So 2, 8, 1. So 1 is the outermost electronic configuration. Okay, so the nearest one is what? So what will happen? Always sodium is ready to give 1 electron. Okay, sodium is ready to give 1 electron. So this representation of valency electron, Levy's dot structure, we call it as Levy's dot structure. Okay, so sodium is having only 1 electron. Valency electron means sodium can combine or can give 1 electron. So that what will happen? It attains the neon electronic configuration. So it attains the neon electronic configuration. Neon is the nearest electric acid. So Na on losing or giving that. Suppose if you take oxygen, oxygen is how much it is? 8. So now what is happening for this 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 4. See 2, 6. So here it needs 2 more electrons. The nearest gas is helium. Inert gas is helium. So it needs 2 more electrons. You can see here 2s2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 are unpaired. So it needs 2 electrons. So oxygen needs 2 electrons. So then what will happen? Oxygen will combine with the one which can give 2 electrons or which can give 1 electron also. It needs 2. So it borrows, suppose if you need 2 rupees, you can borrow 2 rupees from one person or you can borrow a part of it from one person and the remaining from the remaining persons. Is it or not? So that is the reason why one atom will have multiple chances of bonding. Okay, depending upon the situation, the atoms will change bonds. Okay, see here, sodium is having 1 extra electron, 1 excess of electron. If that 1 electron is given to others, then it attains the stability. So what is going to happen here? Oxygen needs 2 electrons. So sodium 1 can give 1 electron only, but oxygen needs 2 electrons. So it will combine with 2 sodiums. So that is the reason why sodium oxide formula is Na2O. Sodium oxide, Na2O. Why Na2O it is? Means sodium, 1 sodium can give 1 electron only, but oxygen needs 2 electrons. So 2 sodiums will give 2 electrons to this and there will be a bonding. Okay, the redistribution of the electrons between 2 sodiums and 1 oxygen atom will result in the formation of Na2O, sodium oxide. Okay, So this is all about the introduction part of sodium, chemical bonding. Okay, so what are the conclusions we can draw from this means? See, one thing is very clear that inert gases, they are having 8 electrons in their outermost shell except helium. Helium is having 1s2 configuration, that is duplet configuration. We call it as duplet configuration. Okay, so any atom tries to attain 8 electrons in the valence shell. Okay, to attain the stability. So inert gases, why that name inert gas means they do not participate with the others, they don't form bonds. Why? Already they are having 8 electrons in them, they are stable. Okay, so that's why they never participate in the bond formation. So that's why they are called as inert gases or stable gases. Okay, so now in chemical bonding, what is the major concept is any atom tries to attain stability by the redistribution of electrons. Electrons may be transferred or shared. Depending upon that, the bonds names are given. Okay, so this is the one. And representing of the valency electrons using dot or cross is called as Lewis dot formula or cross formula. Only valency electrons you will be representing them. Okay, that we will see in the coming classes. Okay. So now we will be discussing about the chemical bonding in detail. So what is a chemical bond? It is the attractive force that holds various constituents together in different species is called as a chemical bond. So attractive force that holds between different species, or we can also call it as redistribution of electrons. Okay. See what is happening now, we will see. Atoms combine to form molecules. Atoms combine to form molecules, we are saying. See, atoms combine to form molecules. Means what is happening? Molecules are more stable. Molecules are more stable than atoms. So what is happening here? Attraction is there, redistribution is there, stability is there. Now we link this with our normal daily life characters. Okay, so what is happening, we will see. Suppose if you want to become more strength, suppose what you will do? To do fitness, to get fitness, what we will do? We do exercise. During exercise, what will happen? Sweat will come out. Means when you do exercise, what is happening? There will be decreasing energy. So your tensions will be reduced. And then what happens? You gain stability. Means what is happening? Decrease in energy is directly proportional to the stability. Is it or not? Decrease in energy is directly proportional to the stability. Okay. So now linking that to our chemical bonding, decrease in energy is directly proportional to the strength of the bond. If the bond is more stronger, more energy will be decreased. Is it or not? So that is the way we will be doing. Next, what we are saying, attraction. Suppose what will happen, we will see. Generally, to impress others, what we will do? We invest our energy. Means what? If you attract more, if you want to prove yourself, what you have to do? you have to invest more energy. So attraction is inversely related to the energy. Why? There is a conclusion that they don't depend upon your what physical structure. They depend upon your quality, character. In the same way, here there is one word, that is stability. Okay? Attraction is inversely related to the energy and is directly related to the stability. Okay? This is the major concept question, competitive question for competitive exams in chemical bonding. Attraction is inversely related to energy and it is directly proportional to stability. Okay? More attraction, more stability. Okay? Less energy, more attraction and more stability. So this is the relation. In chemical bonding, okay, always decrease in energy will result in the strength of the bond. So when an atom forms molecules, there will be decrease in the energy. So what we can say, bond formation process. Bond formation is a exothermic process. Why exothermic process? Energy is decreased. Okay? Energy of the system is decreased. So that's why it is an exothermic process. Bond formation is an exothermic process. Okay? Energy tends to be stable. The more stable, what will happen? The energy of the system will be inversely related. So this is about the chemical bonding introduction. So what I can conclude is that every system tends to be more stable and bonding is a nature that lowers the energy. Okay, when bonding is coming, what will happen? It lowers the energy, so that it attains the stability. And bond formation process is an exothermic process. What is a chemical bonding? Means the attractive force which holds the various constituents, that is atoms, ions, etc. together, that is called as a chemical bonding. The redistribution of the electrons is also called as a chemical bonding. And next, except helium, all other inert gases have the octet configuration. And Lewis said that the elements which are having 8 electrons in their valency shell are stable in nature, that is octet configuration. So any atom tries to attain 8 electrons in its valency shell. Okay, so during that it will undergo some redistribution process. That redistribution process we are calling it as chemical bonding. Okay, so whenever atoms combine to form molecules, they decrease the energy. Once if the energy is decreased, they comes to stability. Suppose if you have energy, what you will do? You will run in the ground. Suppose if you don't have the energy, what will happen? You will sit at one place. In the same way, when it comes to a racing, what happens? When you are doing racing, when you are running, when your energy is more, you will accelerate and you run very fastly. But what deceleration comes? You come to one stable place when you are reaching your target. Is it or not? In the same way, chemical bonding, I can conclude in a single sentence that decrease in energy will result is directly proportional to the strength of the bond. More the decrease, more stronger bond formation. Attraction is inversely related to the energy and directly related to the stability. And we will have detailed point-wise notes after this video. So we can conclude like this. Every system tends to be more stable, and bonding is nature's way of lowering the energy of the system to attain stability. And the attractive force which holds the constituents atoms together in different species is called as a chemical bond. Most of the things like this, noble gases are monoatomic. They do not combine either with their own atoms or atoms of other substances. These are unique gases, and Lewis observed that these are having 8 electrons in their valency shell. So he concluded that the elements which are having 8 electrons in the valency shell are stable. Okay, and the elements which are having 8 electrons in the valency shell, though at configuration we call it as octet configuration. Except noble gases, atoms of all other elements are having less than 8 electrons in their valency shell. So that's why to attain stability, they combine with each other. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can call me up on WhatsApp. Just most important conclusion is what? Bond formation is a exothermic process. It is an exothermic process. Energy is released. Okay? Bond formation is an exothermic process. There is a decrease in the energy. When a bond is formed, there is a decrease in the energy.